Hello and welcome to the NU series of Drishti IAS. I am Pooja Divedi. Today we are going to discuss, should reservation be provided for those scheduled castes who profess a different religion from Hinduism, Sikhism and Buddhism. That means if any scheduled caste person has converted into Islam or Christianity, then will that person get reservation according to the acts or not? This is not a new debate. This is an old debate, but let's see what happens next. From the perspective of GS Mains paper second, it is important that we understand this. And from the perspective of prelims, the many facets. So a panel will be formulated by the center on the direction of the Supreme Court in order to understand if quota benefits should be provided to the scheduled castes who have converted into Islam or Christianity. So let us move ahead and talk about the need for it. Now, the Supreme Court has several petitions pending before it with respect to the same question. And the petition is seeking SC reservation benefits for Dalits who have converted to Islam or Christianity. Now, this committee or panel that would be formulated, it will not only understand the mapping of the change in status and situation of Dalits, but also study the impact of adding more members to the current SC list. That means if any person who has converted because they wanted to escape the discrimination under Hinduism, Sikhism or Buddhism to another religion, has their status improved or not, because that is the sole reason one migrates from religion to religion. And first of all, that will be mapped. Secondly, what will be the impact of adding more and more people to the scheduled list, more and more caste to the scheduled list. Now, also there is no definitive data available which will make us understand the various facets and also arrive at a clear position. This is the reason that the committee has been formulated, to get a definitive data. Only on that basis we can think about providing reservation. This is what the Supreme Court is saying. Moving ahead, let us talk about the background of it. So, in October 2004, the then UPA government wanted to understand the same thing. So they formulated the National Commission for Religious and Linguistic Minorities. It was headed by the former Chief Justice of India, Justice Ranganath Mishra. And the aim was to recommend measures for the welfare of the socially and economically backward section among the religious and linguistic minorities, because our constitution has talked about minorities based on the basis of linguism and religion. Now, in May 2007, the committee submitted its report. It said that we should de-link the caste of scheduled caste basically from religion. That means they wanted to say an SC will remain an SC if they migrate from one religion to another religion. And like the scheduled tribes, they do not have the reservation based on the basis of religion they follow. Similarly, it should be for the scheduled caste as well. But it was actually not accepted. Why? Because there was no scientific data available. Another study in the same year, that is 2007, in which the committee submitted its report, another committee was formulated by the National Commission for Minorities. It concluded that Dalit Christians and Dalit Muslims, they needed to be accorded the SC quota, because in Hinduism, Sikhism and Buddhism, the SCs are already getting reservation. Why not put the SCs in Islam and Christianity on the same pedestal? Again, it was not accepted. This is the background. Now, the current situation is that among the key benefits available to the SCs, it is 15% reservation when it comes to recruitment in government jobs, then 7.5% for STs, 27% quota for OBCs. Moving ahead, let us talk about caste in Christianity and Islam. Now, in Christianity as well as Islam, there is no acknowledgement of the caste system. But in the Indian culture, there is a huge discrimination in Christians as well and in Islam as well. The Malabar Syrian Christians, this is one of the highest caste in Indian Christian community, to which Arundhati Roy belongs to. And the formation of many churches in Kerala, this is the case study from Kerala. There has been a formation of many churches meant exclusively for Dalit. That means there is still a psychological impact that Dalits If they have moved from one religion to another, they will remain Dalits. And this is manifested by that. In Tamil Nadu, the practice of caste is prevalent in the formation of parishes, which is an administrative district headed by parish priests. Again, you can see the delineation, demarcation. In one of the burial cemeteries, not one, many of the burial cemeteries of South India, it was also found that in Christian community, there was a clear demarcation of boundary on the sides of the burial grounds for upper caste Christians and the burial grounds for lower caste Christians, the untouchables. The Dalit, according to them, the Dalit Christian students in Kerala were also denied admission in schools and colleges which were run by the churches. So, they could not basically escape this discrimination. In Islam, Sayyidism is found across South Asian Muslim communities, which is one of the concept of division according to caste. The concept of Zat and Biradari is prevalent in many Muslim nations, also in Pakistan. In India, in 1960, Ghaus Ansari talked about the division of Muslims in 4 categories that is prevalent in India. Now, the Ashraf include those foreign Muslims who are categorized as the top most on the list of social hierarchy. These are the Sayyids, the Abbasids and the Mughals. Then next comes the upper caste converts who were from upper caste in Hinduism, Sikhism or Buddhism, but they have converted into Islam. So these includes Bhatts and Rajput Muslims and Jat Muslims. Then next comes those members of the Indian tribes, the tribes basically who had certain profession which was not considered very honorable in Hinduism, Sikhism or Buddhism. So they have converted into Islam. These are the Dardis, Dhobis, Fakirs, Julhas, Kumhars and others. And then the last one that comes in the order is the converts from the lower caste. The lower caste community, the scheduled caste community, basically not the lower caste, but they think, according to this I am speaking, these are not my words, mark you. So what happens that according to Ghaus Ansari, he said that the last ones are the lower caste who migrated from the lower caste in the Hindu religion, Sikhism or Buddhism, and then converted into Muslims. So what happens? There is not any sort of social upliftment that has been done, because so many cases have come from Bengal, so many cases West Bengal, so many cases have come from specifically those areas which has a lot of Islamic communities showing more than 20 castes in the community. So you see that they do deserve quota on the basis that they have not. This is not what I am saying. Again, this is what the arguments in favor of reservation are saying, because they have not migrated. Now, one thing that you have to clearly understand over here, whatever I am presenting you is to ensure that you have a balanced opinion. Don't try to formulate your opinion according to what I am saying, but try to think what I have written here and what I am explaining here. Okay? Because this is a very sensitive issue. So, likewise, we have to be sensitive. Then, there are certain arguments against reservation. Why reservation should not be given to converts who have converted to from Hinduism, Sikhism or Buddhism to Islam and Christianity. This is according to the Constitution Scheduled Caste Order of 1950, in which Article 341 says that if any person who has a religion different than Hinduism and Sikhism and Buddhism, if they are claiming to be a scheduled caste, that will not be so, because the scheduled caste category of caste is only in Hinduism, Sikhism and Buddhism according to Article 341 and not any other religion. The original order was under which only Hindus were classified as SC was amended in 1956 to include Sikhs and then in 1990 to include Buddhists. Then comes the Indira Sawhney case. There are two sides of the coin with respect to Indira Sawhney. We will get to that. Of 1992, it said that the Christianity does not acknowledge caste system and the same is true for Muslims as well. So, Indira Sawhney case says that if there is no acknowledgement of the caste system, why to provide reservation? Then comes another set of arguments against reservation. The extension would adversely affect the existing reservation quota for Hindu, Sikhs, Buddhists and SCs. So, there will also be a division with respect to SCs, more division with respect to SCs in many religions, and that will of course have an impact on the society. The Christians and Muslims would benefit from both SC/ST advantages and minority rights. So double advantage they could get, which will give them an upper hand with respect to the Hindus, Sikhs and Buddhist SCs. Now it can also lead to sudden mass conversion. Sudden mass conversion can happen under the pretext that they would be socially uplifted, but the actual cause could be getting reservation on the basis of minority status and on the basis of SC status. This is what is the argument in against of reservation seats. Let's talk about arguments in favor. Now, first of all, there is a clear-cut impact of the Presidential Order 1950 on it. But the Presidential Order is actually hurting the preamble, Article 14, 15, 16 and 25. How? Article 14 promises us right to equality and right to equal protection of laws as well. So when it comes to the SCs and Muslims and Christianity, they are losing on this side. Then comes Article 15. Article 15, what does it say? Article 15 says that there should not be any sort of prohibition. There is a prohibition on discrimination with respect to caste, race, religion, place of birth and sex. Then comes 25 as well, which gives the citizen of India the right to freely profess, practice and propagate their religion. So they can freely profess by converting as well. And that should be on the free will. Article 16 provides equality of opportunity. So another thing is that it also goes against the Presidential Order, against Article 2 of the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, which talks about freedom from discrimination. There is a clear-cut discrimination between the SCs of Hinduism, Buddhism and Sikhism, and comparatively there will be discrimination in favor of the SCs from Hinduism, Sikhism and Buddhism against the SCs in Islam and Christianity. Also goes against the Article 2nd of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights of 1976. Then the United Nations report of the Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination 2007 in one of its session, in the 2007 session, has explicitly said that there is a concern that Dalits who convert to Islam or Christianity, because they want to escape caste discrimination they are facing in the religion they were belonging to, they lose their entitlement. That means they lose the right to have reservation under the government programs. And that is a problem. It also asks the state to provide them proper redressal of this issue. Moving ahead, the National Commission to Review and Working of the Constitution of 2002 says the fact that in some parts of the country, simply it says that no matter if they have migrated from one religion to another, they will continue to remain at the lower strata. And this has been acknowledged by the National Commission to Review the Working of the Constitution. Moving ahead, there is also, of course, the Indira Sawhney case, which I told you, it has two sides. Earlier it said that Christianity and Islam, they do not acknowledge the fact that somebody in their religion could belong to SC, the category SC. Now that is to say that all the converts to Christianity have not divested or set off themselves from their caste labels. That means their caste label moved along with them, and they although say that we do not acknowledge caste system, but still casteism is prevalent. Okay, so Indira Sawhney did acknowledge that as well. Now moving on to the question for practice. This is the mains practice question. Caste system is assuming new identities and associational forms. Hence, caste system cannot be eradicated in India. Comment. Okay, try to write it in 250 words. That's it. Thank you so much for watching and stay updated.